everybody, Technical Wizard here, and center stage today is my 88 RX-7 convertible. Now today, I'm going to show you how to remove the convertible top. There are no videos on YouTube about it whatsoever, so I'm going to make one for all of you RX-7 owners out there who need to replace your top. First of all, what you're going to do is roll your windows down to make this easier, detach your convertible top, or the target top, to make it have less stress on it. And first you're going to remove all these screws around the bottom of it, and when you lift it up, come on camera, focus. There we go. There's this little thing under here. You just slide forward and lift up. Now once that's done, we will get to the next step. First, before you proceed, you're going to need the following tools. You're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver. Sockets, you'll need a 10mm. And let's see, a 14mm and a 16mm. These are all the screws from my old FC that I took off the top. So we'll get back to what we were doing. Oh, and you'll need a flathead likely to remove all these little plastic thingy-mabobbers. So let's get into it. Alright, so I'll put y'all on a tripod to make this a whole lot easier. So now that we're inside of the car after you took all those bolts out, you're going to want to move your seats forward and whatever you say. And first of all, you're going to take this little carpet piece out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. You got 6 plastic screws on it, and I'm probably going to be in the way, but you know what? I'm going to show where they are after this. You're going to make sure you want to do all of these real good, because if you don't, you might break the plastic, and that's the last thing you want. Alright, so you can probably see the little 6 screws on it. Remove that, you can see them. Go ahead, put y'all back on the scene. Put this right here. I'm going to put this inside the garage. You know what I'm saying. So next up, what you're going to want to do is you're going to pop the little plastic things. Let me just take you off the tripod real quick. So what you'll want to do next is pop these off on both sides. It will require a 15 or 16 socket, so I'm gonna go get mine real quick. Alright, so I was wrong. This requires a 17mm socket. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put that on there, take both of those loose, and we will go from there. Alright, after you remove those, next up you got some screws with a Phillips head that you'll need to remove. You got this screw right here, this screw right here, this one right here. Let's see where they are. On the other side, that panel, you'll have one right here. Oh goodness. Oh, and a screw right there, and a screw right there, and you'll have to pop this little rivet off, or plastic thing, and remove this little weather seal, and that panel will come off as well as on the other side. Alright, so it's about 9:30 at night, and I'm going to go ahead and remove those panels. and I'll tape more when I get back from school tomorrow. Alright, I've removed those little panels in this car. And next up, what you're going to want to do is you will see if you move the seat belt, there's 1, 2, 3 bolts that you'll need to undo. And to do this, you will need to remove the little plastic thing right there, and there's one right there that you'll need to remove. So we're going to go ahead and do that on both sides. Alright guys, I just want to let y'all know, on these cars, just a little note. When you go to pull these plastics off, this is one out of the red FC. There is a little plastic thing, like one of these, that goes right there. And if possible, let your top down a little on these cars when you go to do it, because it's right under here, as you can see. Otherwise, you'll end up breaking it, like I had to do, because this convertible top doesn't want to go down, because the CPU screwed up or something, I think. Anyways, let's move on. Alright, so what I just did was I removed this little arm that goes right there from the convertible top motor, so that this would be less of a hassle to do, and you gotta remove it anyways. But it requires a 14mm socket. It goes right there. So now that we did that, all 3 of our bolts that hold on to the convertible top assembly are now visible. But before we do that, there's one more thing we got to do in this car. As you can see right here, it goes all the way around. There's a bunch of little plastic Phillips head screws, and you're going to want to remove those. So once you've done that, you can see right here that I just knifed mine, since this top is never going to be used again, because I have another one. What you can do is, you can remove this one, and that bolt right there on each sides of the car. And we'll go ahead and do that real quick, and it requires a 14mm socket. So after you've done that, you're going to have a couple of 10mm bolts right there, some right here. We'll go around to the other side. Got 2 more right there, 2 more right there. You're going to want to take all those off. And down here, let's see, where is it? Oh, goodness. Let's see if I can see where it's at. It's over here somewhere. There's a little cable. I'll show you in my other Mazda. So right here, you're going to have a little cable that has the little defog things on it. You're going to want to unhook those as well. Alright, so once you have undone all of your screws and bolts and things like that, you should be able to directly lift your top off. I'd recommend doing this with 2 people, but if you're doing it with 1 person, it's doable. So, it just move this little ratchet real quick. You'll feel it. Alright, so there you have it. That's how you remove a convertible top on an RX-7. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content, and I'll be seeing y'all later.